explosion at Ibrox. A potential Ryan Kent 2.0 is on the horizon. Cyriel Dessers confirms interest from AEK Athens and Olympiakos after a goal-packed season, leading the line like a man possessed. Kris Boyd doesn't hold back, slams one of our own as the worst signing of the season, and demands immediate change. Robin Proper wants out, Twente return with pocket change, and Rangers are ready to bite back with a firm response. And the bombshell of the week, Russell Martin, tipped as the frontrunner to lead the new-look Rangers under the 49ers, is closing in on the hot seat. But is this appointment truly big enough for a club the size of Ibrox? All that and loads more in this video, packed with controversy, red-hot behind-the-scenes drama, and decisions that could shape the future of Rangers forever. Stick around till the end, because today you're getting the truth they don't want you to hear. Rangers might just be on the verge of announcing Russell Martin as the new manager, and let's not pretend it hasn't caused a few raised eyebrows, if not outright groans. After Barry Ferguson's stepped aside and the 49ers enterprises officially took the reins at Ibrox, a swift managerial appointment was expected. Names like Davide Ancelotti and Steven Gerrard were floated, stirring up excitement and nostalgia, but instead it's Russell Martin, fresh off a patchy run with Southampton, who now looks set to lead the charge. Now, Simon Jordan of TalkSport, never shy with an opinion and always sniffing around for a dig at Scottish football, piped up saying, Martin's potential appointment proves Rangers are nothing more than a championship-level side. According to him, since Martin is a championship manager, Scottish football must be a championship league, and that makes Rangers, by association, championship material. He said that. Thankfully, Jim White stepped in to shoot down that nonsense, and rightly so. This is a club that has gone toe-to-toe with European giants. Rangers were Europa League quarter-finalists this season, eliminating the likes of Fenerbahce, Malmo, Nice, and drawing with Tottenham. That's no championship-level campaign, that's elite pedigree. Russell Martin's record isn't spectacular, sure. MK Dons, Swansea, and Southampton weren't exactly trophies galore, but let's not kid ourselves. Southampton's mess wasn't all on him. They were fighting in a league where £10 million gets you a bench warmer, while he was trying to patch holes with duct tape. Ali McCoist, your Ibrox legend, says, give the man a chance, and he's right. With the 49ers group backing him and Kevin Thelwell pulling the strings upstairs, Martin could finally have the tools he needs. Possession-based football suits Rangers to the ground. We're a team that dominates games, not one that scraps for scraps. It might not be a blockbuster name, but it might be the right one. After all, Ancelotti Jr., no matter the surname, has never managed a club. Martin has. He's done the hard yards, taken the flak, and he's still here. But here's the question I want you to answer. If Russell Martin gets the job and it doesn't click fast, will you blame the board for playing it too safe? Or was it always going to be a gamble that shows a lack of ambition from the new American owners? Robin Proper wants out. Less than a year after joining Rangers for what was understood to be around £2.5 million, the Dutch defender's now eyeing a return to the Netherlands and specifically to FC Twente, the very club that sold him to Ibrox in the first place. You'd think after 43 appearances in a season, the lad might have settled, but despite his regular involvement under Barry Ferguson, it's clear Proper never fully adapted to life at Ibrox. It's been a mixed bag. Solid on paper, yes, but in practice, too many lapses, not enough leadership, and frankly, not the commanding presence you expect in a Rangers backline. Now Twente are sniffing around again, but instead of coming back to the table with a serious offer, they're reportedly only willing to fork out just over £1 million. That's barely half of what Rangers paid. You wouldn't walk into a shop, wear a jacket for a year, bring it back used, and expect a refund, would you? The club have a decision to make. Do you cut your losses and move on? Or do you dig in and demand Twente pay a proper fee for a player who still carries experience and familiarity with the Eredivisie? Maybe Rangers should start whispering in the ears of Ajax or PSV, see if that doesn't bump the price up a bit. It's also a test for the incoming manager. Will he see a project in proper, or will he clear the decks, wanting defenders he can trust not to crumble when the pressure's on at Tynecastle or Pittodrie? If Proper wants to walk after one season, should Rangers force him to stay and fight for the badge, or does letting him leave for half price just prove we were mugged in the first place? Kris Boyd has gone in two-footed, and he's not pulling punches. When asked to name the worst signing of Rangers' 2024-25 campaign, he didn't hesitate: Nedim Bajrami. Now let's be clear, this isn't just another ex-player with a grudge. This is Boyd, a man who knows what it means to lead the line at Ibrox. And he's not wrong to raise an eyebrow when you look at the cold, hard numbers. Bajrami arrived from Sassuolo for around £3.5 million. Expectations were sky high. A creative spark, an international with pedigree, a name with European experience. But 5 goals and 4 assists across all competitions, and only 2 of those goals in the Premiership? That's not what you pay premium money for. Boyd's criticism is spot on. Yes, Bajrami had his moments: the League Cup final strike, a goal in Europe, the odd assist, but moments don't win titles. Consistency does. And Bajrami couldn't cement a starting spot. Some say he wasn't given enough chances, but Boyd hit the nail on the head. You've got training every single day to prove you deserve that jersey. And if you're not forcing the manager's hand, then you're not delivering. It's all come at a time when Rangers are under reconstruction. The 49ers enterprises have taken control. New football minds like Kevin Thelwell and Dan Purdy are in place, and there's a fresh wave of recruitment coming. The club doesn't have the luxury of passengers. Every penny must count. So when you spend £3.5 million on a midfielder, you expect a game changer, not a cameo artist. Now, reports claim Bajrami could be heading back to Serie A or even the Bundesliga if the right bid comes in. The club's reportedly open to letting him go if it makes financial sense. And that right there, Antram, tells you everything. If you're even talking about cutting your losses after one season, it means the signing hasn't worked. Here's the one for you. If Bajrami does leave this summer, is that a necessary bit of business for a rebuild, or a brutal reminder that Rangers are still wasting too much money on the wrong players? It's been 4 long seasons without that league trophy in the Ibrox cabinet, and let's not sugarcoat it, it's felt like 4 decades. Since Steven Gerrard's Invincibles in 2021, the left wing has turned into a revolving door, and nobody, not a single soul, has come close to matching Ryan Kent's electric presence. That year, Kent wasn't just playing football, he was painting pictures, scoring screamers, and dragging Rangers forward in every big moment. 10 goals and 9 assists in the league alone, all while carrying a swagger that tormented defenders from Aberdeen to Parkhead. Since then, a cast of nearly men. Hadji, who'll be off this summer; Bajrami, who flatters to deceive; Cortez, who you'd forget was even on the pitch. It's been a creative black hole out there, but now, at long last, there might be a spark on the horizon. The name Largi Ramazani. Rangers are reportedly keeping a close eye on the explosive Belgian winger, currently warming the bench at Leeds United. A £10 million signing from Almeria, who barely got a sniff in the championship, yet still managed 6 goals and 2 assists off just 7 starts. That's not a passenger, that's a powder keg waiting to be ignited. He's raw, he's rapid, and he thrives in space. Just like Kent, Ramazani loves to cut inside from the left and make things happen. And here's the kicker: he delivered more goal contributions this season than Bajrami and Cortez combined, and did it with barely half the touches per game. That's pure efficiency. So here's the deal. Ramazani needs regular football. Rangers need a left winger with bite, bravery, and goals. If Kevin Thelwell can pull this off, it could be the most important signing of the summer. With the 49ers funding this rebuild and a new manager about to be handed the keys, it's time to stop recycling stopgaps and finally bring in a left-sided threat that puts Celtic on red alert. But let's stir the pot, shall we? If Rangers land Ramazani and he hits the ground running, would he instantly be a bigger asset to the side than Kent ever was? Cyriel Dessers is enjoying his holiday, probably sipping something cold and looking at his phone as offers flood in, and quite right too. After scoring 29 goals and chipping in with 7 assists for Rangers in a mammoth 55-game season, the big Nigerian has earned every bit of this attention. Now, the Greek giants are circling. AEK Athens and Olympiakos have made it clear they want to sit down with Dessers, and he's not exactly playing hard to get. He's acknowledged the interest, confirmed the talks are being lined up, and yet he's not exactly packing his bags for the Acropolis either, because, as he made crystal clear, he's still got 2 years left on his deal at Ibrox, and he doesn't have to leave. That's a message with some weight behind it, because for all the doubters he had when he arrived, Dessers turned the jeers into cheers. He scored in every competition, led the line with authority, and even found time to shine for Nigeria, bagging a goal against Ghana and an assist against Jamaica as the Super Eagles lifted the Unity Cup in London. Let's not forget what he's been through. From Italy to Belgium, the Netherlands to Scotland, he's a well-traveled striker who's hit form in blue. And now that he's peaking at 30, some want to cash in. But here's the thing, why would you sell your top scorer when you're in the middle of a rebuild, chasing silverware and trying to close the gap on Celtic? If he does go, it has to be for big money. You don't offload 29 goals on the cheap, not to Athens, not to Olympiakos, not to anyone. But if he stays, then Russell Martin, if he takes the reins, will be handed a proven finisher who's finally clicked in a Rangers shirt. So, should Rangers sell Dessers while his stock's high? Or is letting go of your most prolific striker after one season nothing short of footballing madness? If you haven't seen yesterday's video yet, you're missing out. Explosive news about Rangers that'll leave every fan stunned. Go check it out now. Go